a special briefing.
So I welcome to the Liberia TV network. We are here live at Mama Point Hotel, where in Madam C. Dennis, former Representative Kennedy in District number 5 in Grand Bassa County.
Madam Christine filed a case against the National Election Commission workers, stating some irregularities. Based on that, we have called you here today to give you updates on the status of that case. Without much ado, I'd like to stop here to give credence to our political leader, Madam Christine Setro. Madam Setro, the press.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen of the press. My name is C. Joa Setro Dennis from Grand Bassa County, Electoral District number 5. They just ended elections October 10. They just ended election October 10, ended with some irregularities and some malpractices of NEC during the elections. We first filed our complaint at the Election Commission at the office in Grand Bassa. That case was dismissed and we took an appeal to the Board of Commissioners in Monrovia, and we were granted hearing. When we went for that case, after all of the investigation, even though they have it by law, anything 50 or below is automatic recount. NEC deny us the recount. So we took an appeal to the Honorable Supreme Court. When we went to the Supreme Court, we were granted the automatic recount of the entire district, which consists of 78 polling centers. When we went for that recount, we noticed that all of the boxes were broken. Some of them that had seal on it, the seal numbers that were on them was different from that of which they gave to us October 10. Some of them had scotch tape. Some of the boxes were taped. When we brought that to the attention of NEC, they said because of bad road, even the polling centers that were on the car road, the main car road, that the boxes were broken, they said because of bad road. And not all of the polling centers in the rural area, we have some of them in Bicano itself, on the main road. Those boxes, some of them had scotch tape on it, and they were telling us that it was because of bad road. We alerted NEC. The first day of the recount, we had 7 boxes that were completely open. No seal, nothing. All of the seal were broken. When we brought it to their attention, they said that those boxes will be quarantined till after the entire recount for us to go back into those boxes. NEC went ahead the next day. They said the counting was going slow. They went ahead and opened additional counting areas. When they opened those counting areas, we never had people to be in them because we were not prepared for that. Initially, they told us we were going to have 5 counting areas. But we went the next day, they said we were adding additional counting areas to make the number 10. Those boxes that were quarantined, surprisingly, NEC took those boxes to those additional counting areas with all notifying us. Unfortunately for them, one of the boxes was brought to the previous areas where the confusion started from. And we told them that we said these boxes should be quarantined until we are done with the entire counting. Then we will come back to these boxes. But then you're bringing it out now. Some confusion, started then. Subsequently, the recount continued. When we got through on the 25th, because the recount started on the 23rd, and on the 25th, the recount was done. We noticed series of things that happened. The first thing that happened was, during the recount, some of the areas that 300 persons voted, you will find, to be precise, there. Then, in our initial complaint at NEC, then polling center was one of the areas that had, that we complained to NEC. When we went for the recount, all of those areas that was in our initial complaint at NEC, all the boxes were broken. I mean, completely broken, no serial number, nothing on it. Someone has cashed it and so forth on them. So, at then, 300 persons voted at polling center 1. When we went for the recount, it reduced to 259. So it was 41 votes short in our box. Going on, Pearstown, we had a complaint on Pearstown also. When we went to check Pearstown, we had additional 5 votes added to Pearstown. We went on to Cocodile. At Cocodile, we had 300 persons voted. When we went for the recount, the ballot increased by 341 in Cocodile. So the numbers in the different polling areas, it was like rise and fall. Here it will be 5, there it will be 41, there it will be 48, there it will be 9, there it will be 10, you know, like that, rise and fall in the numbers in the different polling centers, in the different ballot boxes. So we did an initial complaint, not a complaint board. We filed a bill of information first at the magistrate office in Grand Bassa, which he said that he couldn't accept complaint. We should come in town. So when we came to town, we filed a bill of information at NEC head office. When we filed a bill of information, after 7 days, they denied the bill of information on grounds that the case is not before them. The case is pending before the Supreme Court. So we should come at the Supreme Court, knowing fully well that Supreme Court don't take evidence. We filed that bill of information at the Supreme Court. When we filed a bill of information at the Supreme Court, the bill of information was denied at the Supreme Court. Then we filed, after we filed the bill of information at Supreme Court, we filed for, you know, McDermott, for Supreme Court to demand to hear what we have written to them. We went ahead, since they said that case was pending before the Supreme Court, we did a formal complaint at NEC, because that one now is a new finding. So we did a formal complaint at NEC. When we did that complaint at NEC, they received the complaint and everything, they signed for it. Then NEC went ahead and certificated Thomas Goswell why our complaint is pending with them without going through the case. They went and certificated Thomas Goswell. When we voted, October 10, 2023, the total number of persons that voted October 10, 2023 was 20,931. When we went for the recount, after the recount, the total number that it had was 20,951. So the question come back to NEC. We only went to verify because we had a complaint. So what's supposed to happen? Either invalid reduce or go up, or valid increase or reduce. But the overall number is supposed to remain constant. The overall number of votes is supposed to remain constant. That did not happen. The overall number of votes increased. So We asking NEC, what is it? We want to know what is going on. We provided them with all of the evidence. And Wednesday made it 1 week since we got back to NEC. And because they are in some cohort, we don't know what is going on when we go, so they just keep pushing us around. But I want to make it very clear here today. The peace and the stability of electoral district number 5 is in the hands of NEC, because our people will not take anything less than what they voted for. If NEC do not hear this case, they will have themselves to blame, because we will not take it easy with them. There will be no peace in electoral district number 5 until our case is heard. It's not a threat, but it's a fact that I'm saying. And we will not go easy on them. 1 week have already elapsed, and we have not heard from them. We have not heard a word from NEC. NEC went and certificated wrongly. You cannot have a case and then you go ahead and certificate. You cannot have number increasing and then you go ahead and certificate. You cannot have ballot boxes broken into serial numbers, change, and then you go ahead and certificate. I can have a different serial number. The other candidate and myself got the same serial number, then the number in their own record of account and my number is the same, but then the one they got on the pass is different, and then you go ahead and certificate. So we are telling them today that we will not take it easy, we will not take it lightly. Any unrest that go on in electoral district number 5 is because of NEC. NEC is the cause of it happening. NEC will be the cause of it going on. NEC will be held responsible for whatever that will goes on in electoral district number 5. So we are making it very clear to NEC so that they can know what is unfolding. They're already in the know. Even their own report from the field, from their officers that is sent to conduct the recount said that it's true boxes were broken, but due to bad roads. Okay, that is not justifiable. If boxes were broken, they should have complained from the initial stage right after the elections. Not doing the recount and you say yes, boxes were broken into, but it's because of bad road. Did you complain that at the initial stage? Right after they just ended elections? No, you did not. And then today you come to tell us that boxes were broken into. Okay, so what is the explanation for the increase in numbers? For the increase in numbers in the overall result. If you go on that website right now, you will not see the result of January 25th, because there's a difference in the number. The only got October 10 numbers up. The new recount that they just did, if you go on the website, you will not see it. If you go on that website today to say you're looking for January 25th recount number, you will not see it there. They don't want to put it up because they know what happened, what it did. They are aware of what's going on. They are aware that of the foul that is being played. And we want justice. That's what we are demanding. We are demanding justice. We are calling on the international community. We are calling on the GOL. We are calling on the women of Liberia to stand with us, because the injustice is broad. The injustice that is going on is broad. And most of the times, females can always be marginalized. But this will be the starting point for females to be marginalized in Liberia. My case will be a starting point for that. And I have always said to people, my case will be a precedent case in the history of Liberia, because we will not take it lightly. In our district, the people will not accept anything than what they did on October 10th. They voted us and we won. Numbers don't lie. If you go through our setup that we did for the tallying and everything, you will see the discrepancy in the numbers. Shortage here, increase there, shortage here, increase there. You see the discrepancy in the numbers. So we are asking, and because they knew they had something under their sleeves, they just been giving us the push around. When we go here, they will say, oh no, it's not supposed to be here, you're go there. When we go there, they will say, oh no, it's not supposed to be here, it's supposed to be there. When we go there, they will say, oh no, it's not supposed to be here, it's supposed to be the other way. So since we were getting a push around, we decided to do a formal complaint, that of which we did. We wrote a formal complaint at NEC, and we have not heard from them. So whatever goes on in electoral district number 5, NEC will be held responsible. So I will pause here and take questions.
Yeah, so we take at most 6 questions.
Yeah, I'm Francis Gedi Kopo. I report for the Liberia TV network. From your expose, it seems that you are a counselor. But however, do you have any personal issues, or do NEC have any personal issue with you? Because for over the past time and up to date, there were other NEC cases that were actually reviewed at the Supreme Court and also at NEC. Do you have any personal, or do the NEC emblem in Grand Bassa or Nation will have any personal issue with you? That's A. And B, and you also said that you have written a communication to NEC. We also want to know if you have sent communication to the Supreme Court, and also have you seasoned copy some of this communication to international organizations that are actually into women activities?
We did a complaint to NEC, as I said previously, and we also filed something else with the Supreme Court.
Have you been able to write the U.S. Embassy, the European Union, the Women's Solidarity, and so on?
Not the European Union, but we are in consultation with Sister A.
Okay, my name is Gerard Morris, and I report for Freedom FM and TV. I want to know, the certification of Thomas Joshua has already gone on, right? What will you do to change this around?
Well, they have a law that can revoke his certificate. The certificate can be revoked. It happened in the Kuku Tobo and Dochawe case, 2011. So the certificate can be revoked. I think it was a strategy that NEC put into place, that when the certificate this man, we will get weak, we will feel bad, and just walk away. But my head is very strong. The more you push me around, the more tough I get.
Okay, Mupolo.
Thank you. My name is Emmanuel Mupolo, and I report for Sky FM. You're strong, but you've been a little bit fanatic about the result. Like, you won, and fluctuation of the result.
Yeah.
But then you have election commission that conducted the process. They have come up with a lot of. But then you still say, like, if something happened within the district, NEC should be responsible.
Yes.
And you are influential. What have you told the people to do if you don't get what you want?
You will hear from us. If we don't get what we want, the district will not have peace.
When you say peace, the district won't have peace. To be specific, which direction are you taking?
All right, gentlemen, I'll take our time.
The people of the district will speak.
Yes, so the people of the district will speak. Now we going ahead. There's no time. You still want to see yourself as winner at all costs? Is that what you're talking about?
I just want justice. That's what I want. It's not about a win, it's about justice. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, so madam, with the look of things, do you build that credibility in the National Elections Commission alongside the Supreme Court?
National Election Commission, no. The entire NEC, that fraud. I can tell you that for free. The entire NEC is a syndicate. The entire NEC, that fraud.
So lastly, are we sensing
Just
that?
imagine, before you go ahead with your question, before the recount, the magistrate of Grand Bassa, he moved into the office of NEC 4 days before the recount. He and his team, they were staying there. I even filed a formal complaint at the Fairground Police Station in Grand Bassa that is there. When you go there, they will give it to you. I even filed a complaint that that is a government office, it's a government entity, it's not a dwelling place. So they shouldn't be staying there. He should leave. And there was nothing done. So the entire NEC is a fraud.
So
And if they are saying what I'm saying is not true, they should come to report. But the entire NEC is a fraud. The entire NEC, from the head of the commission down, the entire NEC is a fraud.
Yeah.
So a follow-up. Are you waiting, if this case doesn't go your way as you expect it to be, are you waiting to take it international?
I
To move to the
said
ECOWAS court?
we want, it's a election matter. Yes, that's an election matter. We want justice. We got evidence to prove that the result was tampered with. They should go into the case. They should go into the matter. That's what we are saying. Yeah, what's up?
So, Blackstock Lee from Accomplish Africa. I mean, what's the timeline are you giving that? And, I mean, when you say people will speak, what comes to, I mean, one who won't be thinking you're really trying to say, the people will speak.
There will be a serious unrest in the district.
What's the timeline you're giving that?
I'm not giving no timeline. There will be a surprise package, security reason.
Can we expect protest?
All right, I'll take Melvin.
Protest? Yes, the people of the district. Yes.
Yes, Melvin.
Yes.
Yes, thank you. So, Mary is my name, and I work for
Yes.
the analyst. You say your case will serve as precedent, as then be corrected. Now that Joshua has been certificated, and then
I agree.
here we are. You also say that the entire leg is a fraud. What's the confidence do you still have that whatever decision will come away, you can agree to it and move on? And two, you kept saying the people will speak. Is it that I know specific action that you will take?
You will hear from them. NEC should do the right thing. And what is the right thing that NEC should do? They should go into the case. They should look at the evidence that was presented before them, and they should be very transparent in what they are doing. They are not transparent. They are not. If they can be transparent and do what they are ought to do, we will not be here today. Will not be here today. So my question goes back, not a question, but it brings me back to why 20,931 persons voted October 10th. If you go on the website, it's there, and then the number just jumped from 20,931 to 20,951. Where is the additional coming from? We want them to explain to us, because we only went for recounts. We never went to cast ballots. We never went to cast votes. So they should be able to tell us why were those boxes broken? Why the serial number on the boxes changed from that of their own record of accounts that they had in the ballot box. When you open the ballot box, they have a pink sheet there that got all of the records on it. They will have the closing serial number on it. The closing serial number in the record of account And the closest serial number that I had is the same. But then the one on the box when they were opening it is different. So how can you explain that? How can you explain that? So we want them to explain that to us so we can understand what actually happened. There was not a single box that was not broken into, that the serial number was consistent with what we had and what they had in their own record of account. There was not a single box. So we want them, you don't think it's prudent enough for them to be able to explain to us why that happened?
So we will take the final question from you.
You know, the decision will come from the people of electoral district number 5, not me. The decision will come from them. What they, voted for, what they plan to do is with them. So we just want explanation from them.
So, my last question. Is it that during the election period or during the counting period, the team that was assigned at the various polling centers where your district lies in district number 5 in Grand Bassa County, they weren't actually vigilant?
I told you from the initial stage that they were there, and that's how they discovered those boxes that had discrepancy, and we put them into quarantine, and it was taken from quarantine with all our knowledge. They just took it and carried it to the new counting areas that they developed the next day.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen,
Thank you so much for watching.
we need justice. I think you listened to our
So,
American
this
leaders.
is
For the sake of clarity, all of our fundings will be published on all news outlets to tell the Liberian people how serious we are. We need justice from the National Election Commission, and you listen to her calling on the Supreme Court. With that, I'd like to call this conference to a closure and say thank you for coming.
So she is Madam Joasi Dennis, former representative candidate in district number 5. I'm Princess Katie Kuba, bringing you live coverage here at Mama Point Hotel. Thank you.